Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Sorry that I've been like MIA, but I've just been like really busy and just having a baby, it's like so hard to do anything sometimes. But today's video is going to kind of be a little get ready with me. Obviously I'm kind of already ready. I just waited to do my eyebrows so I can kind of show you guys how I do my eyebrows, and I'm also going to talk about my experience with labor. So I am just going to be using the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade Ebony for my eyebrows, and just like basic brushes, like squared brushes to color them in, and another squared brush to outline them. My baby is sleeping, so I kind of, if I look away it's because I'm checking on him. I decided to do this because he's asleep, so I'm like, I can do so. I'm basically just gonna color my eyebrow in, and you guys can just kind of see how I do it. What I like to do, it's kind of the old-fashioned way of using like brow gel, nothing specific, nothing new. I don't know, I haven't got out of my comfort zone when it comes to doing something new with my eyebrows, so I kind of just brush them with the regular brush, and I'm just gonna fill them in. So talking about my labor, I want to say that when I found out I was pregnant, it was like last year, 2018, June 1st, and I was so scared. I think the first thing that came to my mind was that, like, labor, and then also I just grabbed some more brow gel. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, how am I gonna have a baby? But through my whole pregnancy I was really scared about labor. I didn't know, obviously, like, I didn't know what it felt like, but I just didn't know how my body was gonna react. I didn't know if I was gonna, like, I don't know, I just saw so many stories, and I always see like some people die in labor, and I was just like scared. But thank God, my mom was there with me, Erin was there with me, and my sister was there. So obviously my sister being there wasn't planned. She decided, I'm just using my brush and I'm gonna brush them in. She decided like that same day to go, and through my whole pregnancy I was like, how am I gonna know when it's time? How am I gonna know what I'm feeling? Like, como voy a saber? And my mom was like, you're gonna know. So January 21st, I went to the hospital. I was having like minor back aches. That's what it felt like at first, back aches. And I was like, okay, something's up. So I called Erin and I was like, hey, I'm feeling something, I want to go get checked. And he was like, okay. Literally the hospital's like 5 minutes from my house. So we go and they check my cervix, right? And then, so I'm using, sorry, I forgot I was doing my eyebrows. I used this one, Conceal 5 by KKW Beauty, and I'm just using this brush. I put some on my hand, and I'm just gonna use the bottom of the concealer to outline my eyebrow. Usually I do my eyebrows before I do my makeup, but I was like, I just want to show them how I do my eyebrows. So yeah, I did everything else first. So we go to the hospital, right? And they check me and they're like asking me all these questions. They're like, when is your due date? My due date was scheduled for January 29th. That was a week after that. Obviously I was in the hospital already January 21st. They were like, this is your first baby, blah blah blah. I guess when it's the first baby, they think like, they start judging you like, oh, esta no aguanta el dolor or whatever. Well, sorry that it hurt, and I felt like I had to go to the hospital. So they checked my cervix and they're like, you had a 2.5. And then I was like, what? Like, I was literally, I think the week before that I had an appointment and I was like at a 1. So So they were like, we can keep you here and see if you dilate. Dilating means, like, I guess if you open more. If you guys don't know, obviously back then I didn't know what dilating meant. I was like, what? Well, while I was pregnant I knew, but before I was pregnant people would be like, yeah, I dilated, this and that. When people would talk about pregnancy, I would just be like, okay, I don't know what you're saying, but did it hurt? You know. So obviously they were like, we can keep you, blah blah blah. And they were like, or you can go walk and then you come back and see if you dilated anymore. I was like, okay. So in a little bit of pain, it wasn't a lot yet. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go walk. I really wanted to have him on the 29th, but since I wasn't dilating quick enough, my doctor had already told me that if he wasn't born the 29th, she had already scheduled my inducement, which is when they make you have pains, when they make you no tengo piojos, I just had a little itch, okay. When they make you like have everything, feel the baby, like they make you go into labor. And I was like, no, I don't want them to induce me, I want to feel everything natural. So then I and I'm just gonna go outline the other eyebrow. I go walk, I come back, and nothing happened. And they're like, okay, well, I guess we suggest you go home. I was like, all right. I come home and I rest, and then my mom was like, what'd they tell you? And I kind of just told my mom everything. And then I was like, I have to work tomorrow. So I was like, whatever. I didn't think nothing of it. That was in the morning when I went to the hospital. Later, como a las 5:04, mi mamá estaba haciendo de comer y me senté en la cocina, and I was gonna outline it y Tani me pintó la ceja. Me senté en la cocina and I'm just like, oh, I'm having pains. And she's like, what does it feel like? I was like, it feels like cramps, but in my back. And she's like, ooh, you know, she was like, I think, you know, you're gonna go into labor soon. So my mom was like, ve, acuéstate un rato. And I was like, okay. Me voy y me acuesto. And she's like coming and checking up on me, and I can't fall asleep. I feel the pains getting like a little bit worse. I eventually fall asleep, and I feel like I woke up like at 4 in the morning, and I felt like a sharp pain, and I was like, ooh, like numbness in my back. It feels so funny. And I was just like, okay, I guess that's like contractions, you know, that's like the real deal, like the real shit, you know. And then I get up, my mom leaves to work. I think she checked on me, and then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to work. I literally stand like at my closet door, and I feel another pain, and I just like hold my back, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like this isn't normal. And then I felt like I couldn't walk anymore, like my legs felt so sore. So I called into work. My manager, she used to work in an OBGYN clinic, which is a clinic for girls that are pregnant. If you don't know, that's where women go when they're pregnant, where women go to get checked for women things. And she's like, well, how are you feeling? And she was so supportive through my whole pregnancy, through work. She was always like looking out for me, kind of telling me what it was. And I told her, she's like, okay, I suggest you call your doctor, call the nurse line, and let them know. I was like, but it's like I wasn't feeling them like crazy. I was like, no, maybe, you know, it's just gonna go away. She's like, no, I think it's, you know, he's gonna come. So then I call my nurse line, I call the doctor's office, and I tell them what I'm feeling. They call my doctor, and my doctor calls me back, and she's like, hey Anna, what's going on? And then I tell her, and I was like, but nothing constant, nothing how you advised me that I would feel them every 5 minutes or this and this and that. And she's like, okay, well, keep me in touch. If they get worse, come on in to labor and delivery and blah blah blah. I was like, okay. So I sleep almost most of the day. I think I slept. I woke up around the time my mom got home. Aaron kept checking on me. At that time he worked at night, so he would sleep in the day, but when he would wake up he would just text me and be like how I was feeling. So then I started feeling no more again, and then I was like, okay, now I'm feeling no more, but like spaced out. I want to say like every hour I would feel like a little twitch or something, and I would be like, okay, whatever. Then I go to bed that day, the 22nd. It's 12 o'clock at night, 12 a.m. and I wake up. I feel like this crazy pain. I'm like waking up holding my back, and I'm just like, whew, you know, like what the hell was that? Like that shit woke me up. I get up and I sit at the edge of my bed, and I'm just like, I'm brushing my eyebrow. I'm just like, okay, that was something. My sister's room is right next to mine, by the way. And when I go to get up, I like feel like super nauseous. Like I got like so dizzy. The restroom is like right next to our room, so I go to the restroom and I throw up. Like I just went ugh, and I threw like everything up, like what I had ate. And I was like throwing up, and I was like, oh, please let my mom wake up and hear me. And she didn't. And I guess like my sister already had like this sense in me, and I'm like throwing up and saying, Jasmine, Jasmine. And she hears me and she comes out, she's like, what's wrong? I was like, I'm like trying to throw up until I call my mom, and she goes to call my mom. And then my mom comes in the restroom, she's like, what happened? And I'm like, I'm feeling pain. It's like they're stronger. Like it was so strong, it woke me up. And she's like, okay. She's like, well, come on, let's go lay down. My mom, I want to cry because moms are like so amazing, but she lays down with me, and I'm in pain. Like they start coming bad, and I'm just like, Mom, I can't. I want to go to the hospital. And she's like, no, mija, like no. Obviously my mom's had 4 kids, she knows how to count, and she's like, it's not time yet, you're just gonna be ahí sufriendo, you're gonna be suffering for so many hours, let's just wait. And so my mom, hold on, starts counting my contractions. I grabbed my phone because I still have it in my notes how she's counting my contractions. So she's counting my contractions, and they were like every 30 minutes, and I would just hold on to like the headboard of my bed, and I would just be like, oh, like that. But that would be when it was every 30 minutes, so I would have like 30 minutes, and then I would fall asleep, and then I would wake up and I would feel another pain. She did not sleep at all. Like since she woke up at 12, she did not go back to bed. Eventually my contractions got to like every 7 minutes. Nothing like close yet. I'm trying to look for where we had them. My contraction log, I think the last one I kept score of was at 2:22 a.m. And that one lasted 56 seconds. Anyways, we get to the hospital, and the doctor comes in and checks my cervix again, and he's like, you're at a 4. And I was like, just 2, like I just moved like open 2 inches from like a day ago, you know. And then I was like, okay. He's like, but we're gonna keep you. And then they moved me to the push room. I call it the push room, to the labor room. And I was like there. My nurse that helped deliver my baby, she was so sweet, so nice. Like I don't know. So she asked me like, are you getting epidural? I was like, no, I'm not. I don't want anything for pain. I want to do it natural. I had already discussed this prior to delivering with my doctor. I told her I didn't want any epidural. I didn't want to get like the mask that they put on you or any type of pain medication. I was like, I can still handle the pain. She's like, okay. So then they let my doctor know. They call her and they're like, she's already here, she's in the labor room, blah 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 blah. So then like there's the paper where your contractions mark, and dude, my contractions were like doon 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 doon, like really high. There was no little ones, and I would just hold on to the rail of the rail of the bed, and I would just be like, oh, like, you know. And I'd be like, I mean, like it's like I would feel when it was coming. I'm like, I'm getting one, I'm about to get one, and then boom, it came. It was like I would get a small spasm, like really low, and then it would just go like just hit me like a bomb. And then I started sweating. After I started sweating, guess what? I started throwing up again. And then like I have my mom on one side, I have Aaron on one side, and my sister's like on the couch. And they're all being supportive. Eventually my doctor came in and she checked me and she checked my cervix, and she's like, nope, you're at an 8, you're not ready. And I was like, no, come on, please. She's like, I'll be back. I was like, I want something. I was like, I want something for pain. I was like, give me the epidural. At that point I was losing my shit. I was like, you mean to tell me I gotta wait, you know, like you have to be at a 10. I was like, I gotta wait longer, like I have to wait 2 more centimeters open and then I can deliver? I was like, no, I want an epidural, I want something. She's like, she looked at me and she was like, no. And I was like, I looked at my mom like, mom, please. She's like, no, you can do this, you can do this, Eliana. And then like Aaron's being supportive, everybody's being supportive, telling me that I can do this. I'm still gonna go up under and just pat it down and brush. So the reason I used my makeup on the top, just because I had already put on makeup and I didn't want my eyebrows to be white and I already had makeup on. I'm just gonna brush them back out. So then they don't give me nothing, dude, and at this point I'm fucking mad. Like I'm pissed. I'm just like, I don't want to see nobody, I don't want nobody touching me. At that point I was just like I just wanted the room for myself to just like scream. Like I wasn't screaming or anything, but I was just like make a loud like not a like, I guess like a moan, because it would hurt, but I was holding in my scream. And I was like, get the doctor, like I just want to have this baby, I want them, like at this point after the doctor left and said like I wasn't ready, I was like losing my shit. I was like going crazy. I was like, just get him out, please, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. But I wasn't like screaming, I was just like talking like, get him out, I don't want to have, like, you know, like very like just talking. I wasn't screaming like, get him out, like no. And then I would just be quiet, and then I would just be like that, like just dozing off. And then the nurse checks me and I'm like, I think it's time, I think it's time. I feel like a lot of pressure. I started feeling my contractions like every 3 seconds, and I'm like, it's time. And then the nurse checks me and she's like, oh my god. And then she calls the doctor. The doctor gets there quick. Literally at that point my doctor walked in, like I just started like screaming, like the pain was too bad, like screaming like I needed him out. So then she puts on her mask, her gloves, her guantes, and then she's like, okay. And they put my legs up on the rails. I think Aaron was on this side, my mom was on this side, and they're like, you know, being supportive. Aaron's like holding my hand, and they're like, push. And I wasn't pushing. I was like pushing, but like I was pushing wrong. Like I wasn't pushing out, I was pushing in. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. And they're like, no, like push. And then I was just like try it again. And then she's like, well, just come on, like one good push. She looked at me, she's like, yeah, like my doctor is real cool. She like looked at me and she's like, you can do this, like come on. And I looked at her, she's like, I know you're strong. And I just like pushed the right way and I screamed, like, and he came out. And they're like, he's coming, and then they just gave him to me. And I was like crying. And then I remember I told my mom, Mommy, te amo. I was like, I don't know, like I felt so blessed, and I was crying holding the baby. And I looked at him and I was like, oh my god, this is the little baby that was inside of me this whole month. And I just like, I was so happy. And I didn't even feel, but he tore me. It was a 2nd degree cut, and I didn't feel it. I just pushed. I was ready for him to get out. And she was like sewing me back, and I'm just like looking where they're measuring him, weighing him, and they took out my placenta. It was gross. I bet you it was gross. My sister's like, it was so nasty. There was blood everywhere. Thankfully, I didn't poop or anything. It was just like the normal stuff that comes out when you deliver a baby. And yeah, he was 7 pounds 8 ounces 24 inches, and he was born at 2:13 p.m. on the 23rd of January. And I was like, oh my god, I just had a baby. I was so happy. Then yeah, they moved me to my room. People came to visit. My mom was just so happy that I didn't get the epidural. She was like telling everybody like that I was so strong, that I didn't get the epidural. Some people were like, oh, she didn't get it because he didn't weigh that much. And I think that's bullshit. Like, it doesn't matter how much a baby weighs. Like, the pain is the same. So I'm just happy that I didn't get the epidural. I stayed strong. I delivered him normal. You know, I have a healthy baby. But it does get scary. It was scary, honestly, what was going through my mind. I was like, what if I die? What if they don't bring me back to life? What if I just faint? I don't know, so many things. So I got to the hospital, I want to say 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30. So I was in labor like 7 hours around there at the hospital. And then baby AJ came. And yeah, it was crazy. And that moment they were like, you want more kids? I was like, hell no. And now that I have them, I'm just like, maybe I can do it again. But no, I don't think I want any more. I think with one is enough. But yeah, that was my labor experience. I know some other people have some more crazier stories. To me, it felt crazy. The pain felt crazy. I was just like, it gets like real when you're about to push. But thankfully I managed and I stayed strong, and I didn't go crazy till I was at an 8 or 9. That's when I was like crazy and I screamed really loud when it was time to push. But I feel like, I mean, I don't know how some people didn't scream. I just feel like I needed to scream to help me push. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like my eyebrows, I will be posting more videos. I will be more active on YouTube and try my best. I know it's hard. Like right now it is, what time is it? It's 12:23 a.m. and I'm filming, but AJ is asleep, and I think this is like easier for me to work with. But yeah, you guys, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down below in the comments how your labor experience was, if you think mine was crazy or not, or if you think I had it easy. But I will be back, and yeah, thank you guys.